Boom. There we are. Welcome to another fun edition of Tuesday with Todd. I'm your host, Todd. You see how I do that? Todd Tuesday. On this edition, we're going to talk. Somebody brought this up in a couple comments, and I said, hey, we can definitely talk about this, but how you can make 100,000 in sales just your heat press. You could probably do it without a heat press. You don't need any equipment, but we're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about, some things that you need to do in order to get there. Because I know a lot of people, when it comes to starting off, it just seems like an unrealistic number. And believe me, it's not. We did it. We can definitely show you how we did it. And that's the plan tonight, is just kind of go through some stuff. So when you get in here, say hello. Let me know where you're from. How's the weather in the area? We're going to talk about some other stuff. What else we got going on before we jump into that? So that's what we'll do. Here it says it's 83, and it was a little overcast. Water in the cup, and a great day. We had a good day. A couple, I'm not even sure what all ended up going on, because we had shirt orders that went out today. We had what the hell else went out? Shirt orders, decal orders, DTF orders. We tested some stuff, so it has been an amazing day today. So let me know. One, how's the mic sound? Does the mic sound good? Good. Let me know on that too. Chuck, what's up? Chuck, how are you? Jerry, happy Tuesday to you as well. Good evening to you, Chuck. Yes. Renee, greetings from sunny, warm Chicagoland. Water in the cup, but switching to wine soon. I see no problem with that. Now, Renee, what wine goes good with tacos? Because it is Tuesday, so there should be tacos involved somewhere. So let me know, what wine goes good with tacos? Darren, howdy to you. Look at that, Ramona. Yeah, good evening to you. Nicole, good evening to you. If we only knew then what we know now. Absolutely. And the mic check is good. Great. And that's a big part of it is, if we knew then what we know now, that would change up a whole lot of stuff, because, you would do things a lot different. Now, for me, would I so much? No, because I think everything I did led me to this point. Did I make some dumb purchases that I sat on and some other stuff that I get? But yeah, it was one of those shiny new object things that you see and you're like, yeah, we can totally make this work. And then when you get into production mode on stuff, it's like, bad idea. Bad idea. A bad idea. Awesome. You get the yard sign names in today. Sweet. I'll be sending them to you tonight. Awesome. So I'll take a look at that tomorrow there for you. Julie, hello to you. And Amy Jo, San Antonio here, raining for the second day in a row. Never happens this time of year. Yeah. Like, what is it? South is getting flooded. Texas, Louisiana, Vegas, all that stuff got flooded. So hopefully everything is going well for you and you're not in any flash flood area or anything like that. Curtis says it's 88 in central Kansas. Not bad in central Kansas. And Ree, good evening to you. So right before we went live here, one of the things that we were doing is, as I print in batches. So here's the time of day. Okay, I'm going to print from this time to this time, and that way that's that block of time. So that way it still gives time for shipping, for cutting stuff apart, packaging, all of that. So it's just a cutoff time. Start at this time and that time, and then after that I can kind of do some other stuff. Well, today we were able to make some time to slide in the glitter film for the DTF. So first up, this is what we got. That's what it looks like. I'm gonna see if I can make it catch any glitter-ish stuff on it. But yeah, it's looking glittery, folks. Like, you can see the glitter in there. I'm gonna see how close I can get it to you. But yeah, you can see the glitter in there. It pressed well. It pressed it's at 350, right? Is that right? Let me read the instructions here. Cotton's 350 for 30 seconds. So you are having higher heat with this. Poly 300 for 30 seconds. So 300 to 350. So right at 325. So now it goes to the wash test. So we're going to throw it in the washer, see how it comes out. As far as feel or anything, it feels smooth. So it's got a smooth finish to it. The glitter is a real fine glitter on it. It's stretchability. Nobody ever does this in stores. We're the only ones that do it as decorators. But as far as stretchability, I guess I can't stretch it that far that way. I got to go this way with it. You almost heard the thing rip. So stretching is fine. Everything's so far with that. It printed well. Settings are there. Now we're just going to wash. So we're going to throw it in the wash, test stuff tonight, and start seeing how it is. We'll take pictures after each one, see how it comes out. But preliminary results so far so good. We did some other stuff because some people said that there was issues with different colors and that. So I did our logo. I did a couple other things. We're going to press all those, wash them in there, throw them in, and we're gonna do what we shouldn't be doing. We're throwing them in the washer. We're throwing them in the dryer. We're not inside out in it. We're not doing any of that. We're just throwing it in there and seeing what happens when we beat the hell out of it. So that is that's good. That's what's on tap now. That's what's coming up new with that. So really excited about that there for it. Brian, hello to you. Big winner. Brian won. Was it last week? Last week, I think Brian won. No, it was the week before. Didn't win the cancer one. It was the week before. Wine with tacos is dinner choice. Depends on the type of tacos. Just standard like steak tacos. Steak tacos, just steak tacos. What's kind on it. Woohoo! Julie's getting ready to press the DTF. You just did for me. I love it. How much of a pain in the ace was it to change out the product? What's funny is after every time I roll through, I clean it out, and then it goes through a little sieve, and just in case anything was big in there. So it wasn't that bad. I added new stuff to it, and surprisingly, there wasn't a whole lot of glitter in it. And so that's what I'm going to go through and see. Wasn't that bad. So this is going to be something. Now, we print every day for DTF. This might be something where I'm going to need, at least, say, 30, 40 feet of it to make it worth swapping out for, because I've got to clean the DTF printer. I've got to clean the rollers. I've got to clean, the exit, or I got to clean where it feeds out at. So the intake and the X tank. No, what the hell is that? Where it exits. So I got to clean all that just to make sure that there's glitter there. So this might take a little longer process of turnaround time. So if we're sitting at 3 to 5 days, this might be 5 to 7, because I might only do it when I know there's 50 feet or so. So that way it makes it cost wise. It is considerably more for the film for this. So keep that in mind. It will be considerably more for that. But on something like this, when you can have a 3-color glitter that you're able to do in one press, hey, it's promising. Right now, it is promising. We'll see what we're going to go with it. Tanya, hello. Good afternoon to you. And Martha, hello to you, stranger. How have you been? All right. So let's get into this, right? Because this is going to be a conversation. I'm going to need you, I should look at David. I should be a shirt tester. Not many last summer here. 115-degree heat. Well, you stay inside. Then you don't have to worry about that. That's what you do. You just stay and drive. Does anyone use a laminator? Got a chance to get a used one. Will not do reverse. It's in the motor, because it should go polarity, goes one way or the other. But that's what I know. It's on the switch, and you can make it go back and forth. So I don't know so much about that. If you're a Facebook user, hey, if you're coming through as this, then it means Facebook and StreamYard are playing nicely together. So the way we fix that is just head over to our YouTube channels, fatdadlive.com or liveosg.com. Head to either one of those, then we'll see you on YouTube, know who you are. Otherwise, you're just stuck being FU. All right, so let's get in this. I got 5 things that we can do that you really need to know if you want to set, to reach that 100,000 sales goal for you, and it's not difficult. Anybody can do it. I don't know. I think some people have that in their head that it's so tough to do and it's so hard, and it is, but it isn't. There's plenty of ways to get there. And the first way you have to do is you have to know your customer, right? I mean, you have to know who your clients are. You just can't pick up every product and I'm going to sell this and that's what I'm going to do. You can't be that person for everybody. I know a lot of people want to be or try to be, and you end up finding your place of what it is. But I've ran into so many people that, I've got an embroidery machine, I've got a laser, I do vinyl, I do sublimation, I'm looking at a DTF printer, I'm looking at this next thing, and they just keep spending out. They're chasing that next thing, and it's just chase, and so they do that. It becomes tough. When you do that, your focus is now spread across all of those, and when it's just you and you're starting out, hey, that's tough to do, right? Because there's only so much time in the day, and most of the time, when you're starting off, you've got a full-time job, either day or night. So you're working that and you're doing this in the off time. And that, puts a lot of strain when you're trying to do all those other things. So knowing your customer, who it is that you're going to sell to, because that takes away a lot of the stuff, takes away a boatload of trouble and a lot of stress. And it just makes life easier. So when you find your customer, then we're able to get close to our goals, right? Now, a good one to start at, and this is going to depend on what you like to do. If there's stuff that you don't like to do, don't push that for your customers. Please stop doing that. I see so many people do that where they really hate doing a process, but yet that's the process they want to push. And why? Because that's when they take pictures of, that's when they talk about, that's when they show, and they're like, I can't understand why we're doing so many of these. Well, that's all you talk about. So talk about the stuff you really like doing, the stuff that really makes you money, the stuff that really you can get through quickly and efficiently, that has the higher margins. So you're not waiting, you're not doing stuff that you don't really care about doing. So this will come later when we talk more about products and things like that. But when it comes to the customers, when you know what your customer wants, then you know what you can provide for them. And when it comes to heat pressing what your customer wants, you can do pretty much anything, right? There is so many different things that you can do with just the heat press, whether that's HTV, whether that's sublimation, whether that's DTF, whether that's patches. There's so many things that you can do with just the heat press that a lot of people just don't think about. Oh yeah, I can just do HTV. Well, then you find sublimation. You're like, hey, I can do this thing called sublimation. This is pretty cool. Or hey, I can find these other transfers and do that. So there's a lot that you can get involved in without investing in that big the big hefty prices that come along with equipment and such. But when you know your customer, like say for instance, your customers are fishermen, right? That's what it is. Our customers are fishermen. 9 times out of 10, what are they going to want? They're going to want the poly stuff. They're going to want sublimation. They're going to want that. So you're not even going to mess with any of the other things because that's not what they want. So when you find your customer and you find out what they want, then that, okay, now I can do that. Okay, yeah. So this is your fishing shirt. This you want for this. Well, hey, we can offer some of this other stuff too, but this is where we need to be. We need to be in this lane here. We're focusing on fishing gear. It's going to be sublimation. It's going to be this. It's going to be that. Pick out another customer. Somebody in the comments, give me another customer. Give me your customer and let's figure this out together. This is where I said I need interaction from you guys. Give me a customer and we're going to pick out products for them that we can do with our heat press. And then we can backwards engineer some stuff to go from there. So that's the first one is know your customer, because I need customers, because without customers, we can't make sales. It's just that simple. So whether that's B2B customers, whether that's B2C customers, whether that's you standing on a corner with swirling on the signs, selling your tumblers there, you need customers. We need to get customers, and we need to make sure we get the right customers, because not all customers are your customers. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's just not a good fit. And I tell people all the time, I may not be a good fit for people, and I'm fine with that. There's plenty of people that I have helped out on DTF side of things that have never purchased from me, won't purchase from me because I am priced too high for them, but yet they have issues with them. I still help them out with that stuff. And that's where it comes in. I know what it costs me to run my business, so I am not going to let the customer dictate my pricing. We'll talk about that later here too. But there's so much, that you can do yourself that you have control over. If a customer isn't a good customer, if you say your time frame for doing something is 5 to 7 days, and they start on get stuff and they're fine with everything, but then like today, I'd say, hey, let's go with last Friday so we can make it. They need to pick up this Friday. Normal customer, boom, done, out the door. But this customer orders on Friday, doesn't even get you all the details until Wednesday, and then still expects it on Friday, and then you're the bad guy because you haven't done it. It's not on you, that's on them. But we need to set those boundaries and let them know, hey, this is what happens. Your time starts from the time that the deposit is put in, the payment is paid, the proof is whatever your last process is. Every time that's done, whenever that time's done, then that's when all right, this is when your time starts. So there's a lot of things that need to go into effect to make things work, because the customer, as much as everybody wants to believe the customer's always right, the customer's not always right. There's things that we've done where we've helped customers out, especially here in the beginning, with first time customer, issues with artwork and us not knowing what artwork is supposed to look like. Hey, we just print, you upload it, we print it. Files can get wonky, especially if you're not doing submitting files the way that we ask. If you're not submitting them as vector artwork or PNGs with transparent background, Hey, sometimes I don't know that big box isn't supposed to be there. I can usually catch it and let people know, but we print as submitted. And so you work with those customers, you help them out. But other times there's customers where I'm just like, hey, we're just not a good fit. As much as it would be great to take your money and give you products and that, it's just not a good fit for us. So, maybe you can find somebody else. You'll find somebody that's closer, find somebody that's cheaper, find somebody that's willing to put up with your tight deadlines. Don't stress yourself out. But customers are really the key to all of this. You guys aren't helping me out. I need some customers. I need a perfect customer. Somebody give me a customer so we can come up with the product for it. Chuck, I learned that the collared lines along the edge of film have to be cut off. That will adhere to the fabric. Collared. Oh yes, yeah, yep, yep. I had to think about that. Yes, yep. When you get on that, all of those there, everything needs to be trimmed down. Otherwise, yep, that'll press there. Your pricing is less than others I've seen, and it's more than others I've seen too. And that's the thing is, I'm not the most expensive out there. I'm definitely not the most inexpensive out there, but I am. I am where I need to be to make sure that we can keep the lights on and we keep doing this. So that's what we have there. All right, evening to you, Edward, as well. All right, here we go. Look at this. Now we're getting it. Firefighter. Okay, and see, like Darren's a great example of this. Darren is a firefighter. So Darren, what do firefighters like besides amazing mustaches, lifting weights? What else do firefighters like? Right? When you know your customer and you know their wants and their needs, their styles, the things that they want, the things that they're involved in, then you're able to say, hey, we can do this for you. Now, would you do, a more masculine design on that? More than likely, yeah. Same way with here with, mechanic. Yep. Same thing. You're going to go on more that masculine side of things with it, like most of the things that we've done for on the mechanic side, involve flames and hot rods and skulls, tools, things like that. So you start finding, here's my customer. What are things that they like? What are things that they're into? What is the niche thing that they're a part of? How can I get involved in that more? So what are some things that you can do? So you start really trying to figure out what your customer wants, what they need, because at the end of the day, you're a solution provider. And really, when you have a heat press, you can do a ton of those solution providing because you can press a lot with that. And then the other thing is what you can't press with that, you can have somebody else do, and you can still make money with it. So there's a lot that goes into this. Finding that customer, being there with it is just fun as can be. Track club. Okay. So track club, when you go track club versus firefighter, you're going to have two different style shirts. You're going to have two different materials. You're going to have different sets of bottom wear. Runners aren't going to have the big baggy shorts, and I'm not too sure I've seen too many firefighters in the little cheeky shorts. I haven't seen a whole lot. I mean, I'm sure there is some people out there that would love to see that. I just haven't seen that. So two different markets, two different products, two different people. The one common thing that you'd have between both of them, reflective. Both of them would be happy with reflective stuff. Anytime that you can add that to it, it's a value increaser. It's something that stands out. It's something that, a lot of people don't offer. So that reflective is a really big thing to be able to add on there to it. Bartender. Listen, a bartender just wants a shirt that is going to, hold up well to staining. It used to be like when I was a bartender, I didn't care because I was going to get that, it was going to get food on it. It was going to get water on it. It was going to get beer on it. It was going to smell like smoke. I needed it to be able to wash well. That's what it came down to. I needed a shirt, no matter what it was, that shirt had to wash well because, every night that shirt would stand on its own by the end of the night because of the smoke, the food, the grease, the drinks, everything with it. And so being able to have that washability, durability to it, that's where it came in with meaning that. So when you go to a bartender or when you go to a bar, there's different things. All right, we have these for the servers. We have this for the hostess. We have this for the cooks. We have the aprons. We have this for your merch. So you can walk them through each step of the way. Here's what you need. Here's how we can do it. And here's the different ways to do it. It's just like on lady style, you have your tank tops, your crop tops, your tank tops. Everything's not going to be a one size fits all. So you're going to give them options. You're going to find out what they need and you're going to provide those options for it. Edward just made it. I had a customer's insistence, a pet memorial using a 9 and 29 for light, low quality blowout highlights. Hey, you submit it, we print it, right? You submit it, we print it. That's it. Teachers, nurses. All right, so teachers and nurses, two separate ones. Let's figure it out. Nurses depends on your nurse. Some nurses, they're a little cheeky. They like to ride that fine line of stuff. Depends what they're wanting to wear it in or wear it out. Depends if it's a gift or not. But on the nurse side of it, it depends. That one really depends. Teachers the same way. Some teachers are dirty, like dirty, but they're not going to wear any of that stuff to school. So they're going to have the typical books and pencils and pens and anything that is school related on that. They're not going to have they're not going to have your more mature, yeah, your more mature graphic content with it. In the same way with nurses, some of them you can, but it depends on the office too on what they can wear. A lot of them only their scrubs, right? Only your scrubs, so they're not wearing a whole lot to it. So what can we do? How can we do it? Is there anything there? Do they have a what is it? We used to have it on Fridays. It wasn't Fun Friday. It was Informal Friday. So we didn't have to wear our scrubs. We could wear jeans and we could wear t-shirts. We would wear whatever when that. And so what we did was, hey, what are the requirements for that? When we did it for the Kidney Center, what are the requirements to be able to wear for this? What are things that we're able to or not able to? So that when we were creating designs on that, here's what they can do and here's what they can choose from. So it gave them an option for it, and it worked out well that way for them. Joe, hello to you. Trying to think of some not so typical customers. Hey, everybody's a customer, right? Everybody's a customer. They just not be our customer. So we'll go through it. Casual Friday. Thanks, Ramona. Casual Friday. Why was I Informal Friday? Informal Friday sounds a lot better. Some nurses wear scrub pants and t-shirt tops. Absolutely. We would have that. So ours went back and forth. You did not need to wear a scrubs top. You could wear a t-shirt. We had the coats that went over it anyway, so they didn't care too much about it. But dealing with everything you wear, I'm not ruining my stuff. And that's why even came Friday, I'm like, dude, I'm not getting blood on my stuff. Let's just we're not going to do that. So, but depending on the office that you are, absolutely, if you can get away with the top. The thing is, what can they get away with? And that's not saying, hey, or here's the line. It's there. No. What are some things that are acceptable to wear in that workplace? Because some things are just not acceptable in every workplace. So you want to make sure that you have it there. Do I have a favorite and least favorite printing process? Depends on what we're printing. When it comes to shirts, transfers all day long. Sublimation in shirts and garments, to me, that's the devil. And why is because I don't do it enough. When it comes to sublimation of hard goods, love it. But I am a firm believer. If you have screen printing, knock it out. If you have HTV, go for it. You're going to do what you can, the best of your ability with the equipment that you have. And that's why when you just have a heat press, you can do a lot because you can order a lot of different types of transfers to be able to do different types of products. And that is going to be a number 3 that we're going to talk about. Just saying, that's going to be number 3. That's all my ex wears. What? Just pants and shirt. Is that it? Maybe I missed something there. You thinking we get is what I like to say. Yeah, that's what we used to say too. We had it. We could put it. Didn't matter. We could put it on anything. But finding your customer, because then when we find, so let's go back to 1. Know your customer. We got to know our customer because we got to know what they want, right? And that's the key. We got to know what they want, and we're going to fill those needs for it. So the number 2, falls in that is finding the right product. We want to make sure that we have the right product for them. Not every product is right for every customer, right? If you're at a bar, we're going to go use that one. What are you going to offer them? Are you going to offer them laser engraved tumblers, or are you going to offer them 16-ounce printed stadium cups? Well, it depends, right? It depends on what they're doing. If they're doing a promo event, they're going to go with something like that. If they want something high end, they're doing a brew house. There's somewhere where they're tapping kegs. There's somewhere where they have a drink club that you can get in there and you can get in there and have a laser etched mug for them. That's going to be the go. When it comes to your press side, hey, okay, what are some things I can offer them that you can put on the press? Apparel is going to be the number 1 thing that you can offer them. And then those are the things outside of it. Can coolers. I'm going to get blocked now, but can coolers, another great thing that you can do on that press. Towels, the bar, having those bar towels on there, just something else to show off of it. Coasters. Now, coasters are something that, yes, you can do, but it's way, way cheaper to sub that out. And that's where a lot of business can come from too, is by you can do part of the product and sub out the rest of it. Get it in there. Get it in there and bring it in so that way they're able to do it. There is so many opportunities for you that it can get frustrating because you're like, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. I have this book of stuff. Where do I even start? Start with what works for you. Start with what your knowledge set allows to, and what you don't know, ask. Become that asshole. Ask as many people as you can, and do your due diligence on it to make sure you have enough information to provide that for your customer. You want to make sure that it's something that you're capable of doing, right? You don't want to select a product. When we look at different stuff, let's see, Edward, sublimation, huge yes for me. HTV, dislike it so much I just can't get past it. I have so much stuff from TRW I've not used. And see, when it comes to like vinyl, we just banged through it last Thursday. We got asked on Wednesday, hey, would you guys be able to do names and numbers on jerseys? We said absolutely. We went and picked up the jerseys on Thursday at practice, and within an hour and a half, 67 jerseys back to name and numbers on them. So we killed it on that, and that was all HTV because it was quicker, fast process, in and out, done. So that's where HTV. And what did we use? Let's see. Did you see the new JDS laser engravable plastic cups? I have not seen that. I have not. Evelyn, good to see you as well. Asshole, I didn't know I had a title. That'd be Mr. Asshole to you. Mr. Asshole. Yeah, you got to become the asshole, right? That's the only way we find out stuff. And that's when you find out who your people are, too. Some people will give you advice. Some people will be like, hey, I don't feel comfortable sharing that with you. And that's fine. A lot of people have worked really hard to get to where they are. And some are like, listen, I had to bust my ass and spend tens of thousands of dollars in mistakes to get to where I am. And you just think, hey, what's the best time pressure on this? And that's what it is. And that's why they ask more questions. They're like, hey, well, we're going to need more than that. Not all presses are the same. Even somebody that had, two people that have the exact same press can be different. They can be warm spots, cold spots, run a little hotter, run a little cooler. Pressure could be different. There's so many variables that go into it. But, there's the guideline, here, you're going to press at this for this. Then you're going to mess with that to see what really works best for you. Oh, Brian ordered some. You're going to have to show us off. Yeah. If you don't like it, destash it. That's right. That's the other thing you can do. Is when it comes to products, this is where selecting that right product is so important, because there is that perceived value of things too. Some people are just going to think something's cheap. They're going to want it cheap because they think it's cheap, while other people are going to think, hey, that is super luxurious. Yeah, I don't know what I was trying to say there, but super luxurious. So that's going to be worth a little more when it comes to things on your heat press. Slates and tiles, right? Slates and tiles. A tile isn't, it's just a tile. But the minute that you sublimate on it, it becomes this full color graphic. Man, that's pretty legit, right? And then when you can do a slate, the weight of that, everything with it, just amazing. Thing is, it costs a lot more, right? What does that mean? Your mistakes have to be few and far between, because you can eat up some profit quickly when it comes to mistakes and sublimation on slates. Ask me how I know. Why? Because I did it. I did it. I did not do what I said I should do, and tested something, and I tried it, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And we got new stuff in, cut the transfer, let's put it on here, try and find it. No, I'm like, nope, this is what it is. And, I screwed up, I think, probably 4 or 5 of them before I actually sat back and like, why am I going against my own process? Let's figure this out. Because I just went by what was said and that was it. Nope, let's go with it. So, slates are something you can do on your print, on your clamshell. Now, not all clamshells are built the same. My 2 clamshells, my Hicks and my Stalls, I can do it on them. The way the pressure works on it, I have no problem doing it on it. You're going to have to test yours to see if it's available for that. The other thing is you want to do these products that you feel comfortable doing, right? Because if you don't feel comfortable doing it, don't sell it, right? That's just the big one right there. If you don't feel comfortable doing something, selling something, making something, don't. You're going to create so much stress and anxiety and it's just not worth it to do. So how do you fix that? Just don't offer it. If you want to offer that product, find somebody who knocks it out of the park just at that, and then just go from there. Slates, There's people out there that their entire business is just slates. That's all they're doing, just slates. In fact, let's look at this. What's it like here? Craig had a great question. What's a popular easy size for slates? So I'm going to go to JP Plus real quick. I'm going to pull up their slate. You guys tell me, what are your popular sizes for slates? Because I'm going to do a little math here, and then we're going to see something. But I just want to get my number correctly on this before I went down that path of craziness into it. But on sublimation photo slates, there we are. Photo slate is going to be, let's see, what is it, 11 and a half by 7.5. 11 and a half by 7.5, right? So that bad boy, $10.83, right? So $10.83. What are you gonna be selling that at, right? Because you can make a hefty amount of some money on that. I'm gonna head over to this little place I like to just not price match, but do price research on it, called Etsy. I don't know if heard of this place, but over there they have people that make things and then they put them there to sell. The great thing about it is it gives you a general idea of what prices are going for, but you can't always go by that because you don't know where they're getting their products from. You don't know what it costs them to run their business. You don't know what their overhead is. You don't know what machine they're using to print on. There's a lot that you don't know about it. Now I'm going to find this. Let's see. Let's see. There's a 5x7, right? A 5x7 slate, because this is the first one pop. 5x7 slate, $6.24 from JP Plus. And there is somebody that is selling them for $34 online, right? $34 is what they're selling them for online with free shipping. So all in, $34. And that's what in JP Plus, they had them for $6.24. Now there is costs that go into it besides the slate. You're going to have the cost of the ink. You're going to have the cost of the paper. You're going to have the labor to do it. You're going to have the electricity. You're going to have the overhead. You're going to have the insurance. You're going to have everything with that. So we can't say, hey, it was six. And this is where I see a lot of people screw up at, because you're going to have the shipping in there too. Is that this is going to say it's going to cost you what I say it was. The slate was $6.24. Well, hey, they're selling it at $34. They're making like $28. Well, no, they're not, because everything else that goes into it is there. And Edwards considered adding slates. I love slates. I love how that's how I really do it on there. Let's see, Vicky. Hey, so when I asked on these Facebook pages, I get lectured when I give all the info that I need to do the job and ask opinions because I'm second guessing myself. Am I overthinking this because I don't have time to repeat my answers? Not sure if I'm being clear. No, I don't think you're overthinking it. A lot of it comes to your system. Like me, we have our system built where I can go in here, I can put the product that we have, the product costed, what it is, what it costs to decorate it, how long it takes to do it, and it spits out what my price should be. And so that's what we have that spreadsheet built out. So I can take anything, put it in there. I do the first testing of it to see, actually how long the process takes, how many I know, but then based on my numbers, then I know what I can sell it for and what I need to sell it for. Here, I can sell stuff at X and break even. And by break even, I'm still getting paid. The business is still getting paid. All lights on, everything's there. There's just not a profit in it. So having a system like that is phenomenal. Is that the price from JP with or without the discount? That is without the discount. So on that photo slate, $6.24. That is without the discount on that photo slate. But somebody's selling them for $34. So let's do some math here real quick, right? So they're selling them for $34, right? $34. If we want $100,000 in sales, and they're just doing that 5x7 slate, that's what they're doing, divided by 34, they have to sell 2,941. Now let's reverse this and see how many we need to sell each day to get to that number. 2,941. Okay. Now we're going to divide this by 50. I know there's 52 weeks in a year, but you're going to take some time off. You're not working every week. You're not working every day. Let's just be honest. Or you're not going to. And if you are, stop. You deserve time for yourself, because why are you doing this for any other reason? You need to be able to enjoy your life. So, take some time off. So we're going to divide that by 50 weeks, and that's 58.8 per week. Now we're going to divide that by 5 days. So that means that they have to do 12. 12 a day. 12 a day is what they have to do. Now, if their slate, let's look and see their photo slate for the directions on this, details, directions on this text download. Where's the pressing instructions? I just want to see what it gives me for a time and temp on these, if it has it right here. Let's see. On this one, let's see, a small photo slate, medium photo slate. Time is 2 white silicones, 11 to 12 minutes. The green sponge, 8 to 9 minutes. Nomex felt, 7 to 8 minutes. So let's just say 10 minutes, right? So 10 minutes. And how many did I say we had to do? That we had to do a day? Oh, man, I should have wrote that number down. I should have wrote that number down, folks, because it was 2941 divided by 50, right? $100,000 divided by 34 is 2941. And then we're dividing that by 50, and that gives us our 58.2, and then we're dividing that by 5. That gives us 12 a day. So 12 a day. 12 a day times 10 minutes is 120 minutes, so roughly 2 hours. 2 hours, right? So they're going to invest for, let's even say everything's off wonky because you're going to do stuff as you're doing different things. You know, while one's printing, you're going to be pressing, you're going to be doing that stuff. You got 10 to 12 minutes in there. You're going to be setting it all up. So let's say even 4 hours. 4 hours a day. 4 hours a day, so like 12 slates per day, gets you $100,000 a year in sales. Now you'll have the shipping, you have everything else that comes off of this, but it is totally doable. 12 slates, that doesn't sound too bad, right? I mean, and that's what we're going to do, is we're going to reverse engineer a lot of this, because that's how you get it. You get it back down there. Angela, good afternoon to you. Jesus, hello. Craig, other than handling, I'm not sure size changes significantly. My glass products, I found a 7x10 cutting board is easy as 11 by 18 glass photo panel now that I'm used to. Yeah, and that's the thing, is once you figure out your process, and that's why, see, when you select that product.
This is 42. You cut 8. Does it? I need to address reduce.
I totally screwed something up. I did. So, is there a 42 in that stuff over there? I totally messed something up. So, because I didn't do that there. So you guys get to hold your horses 1 second. I don't know why I did 8.
No, there's 26.
I honestly have no clue why. So I gotta send something to the cutter real quick. You want to set that to make sure that's at the front edge for me, please? Because I don't want to screw that up, because I can't screw that up, because I'm already doing this, and that would be a bad mojo thing to screw that up too.
Wait, just origin is okay. Because it's already rolled forward.
We're gonna find out if it's screwed up and I actually do something.
There's no rolled front edge button.
Never mind. We're gonna find out. Because that's what we're gonna do here, because that's it. So I'm just gonna cut this real quick, and you guys aren't even gonna hear it. Or yeah, you might hear it. You might hear it there. I'm just gonna send it over to the cutter. 42 is already in there. Now it's going to the cutter. We're gonna raise it up some and send, and that'll go there. Okay, back to our regular scheduled program. Yeah, once you know, that's why I say you don't need to offer products for everyone. The other thing is batching on stuff. So if you've got a bunch of different things to do all your slates together, do all of your cutting boards together, do all your shirts together, do all that stuff that's at the same time, temperature, pressure, do all that stuff at the same time. What are you looking for now?
The weeder that was on the back.
Right here. My Caesar weeder. She's going to steal it from me. You guys heard it. She stole it. So if I can't find it,
back because I don't like this one.
She doesn't like it. But batching that stuff is going to make it a lot easier. But smaller sizes, you can produce more items at a time. So that way, easier income, I suppose. Absolutely. So on those ones, if you could do 4 slates at a time, now we just cut that time in a quarter, right? So think about that when it comes to it. Yeah, Jesus, take another day off. And how much it is to ship. Since they're saying that shipping is included, you have to pay ship to your customer, to you and to your customer. Absolutely. So that's where you do a lot of. If you can order in bulk to get your free shipping discount, great. If not, make sure when you're doing your pricing that that's included into it. Like any place that offers free shipping, it's built into their pricing. Right? We just all know that. If I charged you $99 for something, right, and said that you got free shipping with it, or if I charged you $1 and said shipping was $99, you'd freak out. It's the same thing. But yes, make sure that your shipping is in there. And yes, you do need to take another week off. Time study for product? Absolutely. So anytime I do a new product, we do a time study on it. How long does it actually take to make that product? How long does it, if it's doing like vinyl, right? How long does it take to weed that design? How long does it take to press that design? How long does everything take in it? For us, our time is valued at $2 a minute. It costs us about $120 an hour to run our business. So that means for every minute something takes me to do, it's $2. And that's just to cover overhead. That's on that. So if something takes me 10 minutes, $20 minimum for that. And before we get to product, before we get any of that. So doing a time study to know how long something takes you, then you can price it out correctly. Okay. Because if you're off, say this, you think, oh yeah, that's only going to take me 10 minutes, right? It's only going to take me 10 minutes. I can charge $20 for it. Well, what happens when it takes you 35 minutes? Yeah. See, a time study that always comes in handy. And as you do more, you want to be able to get to a, as you get more, you'll be able to have that consistent space of what do I need to do on it, right? I know that this takes this many times. Like for shirts, I know that we can press 100 shirts an hour. So we can press 100 shirts an hour. This is where we can go with stuff. This is what we need to do with it. So I know, because we've been doing it, what we can do with it. I know screen printers that have autos that can crush that number in an hour. So a lot of it depends on the equipment that you have. Doing a time study will allow you to know, how long something takes and you're able to do it. Aha. And then we got Brian here. I want to make 100K in profit. Bottom line, not top line sales. All right. So how do we do this? Well, we need to know what we're making off each product, right? Because how many times have we all been in that spot where we've sold something and made next to nothing off of it, and it took way too much of our time, right? Well, hey, when you know how much it costs you to produce a product and how you can do it, then things start making more sense. Okay, if I want to do 100,000 sales, we're going to use Brian's on this 100K, right? All right, so we're going to use, I think I have this over here. Let me find the right tab for it. And then I'll bring up our pricing calculator, and then I can show you how we would go about this. And that way we can see, we can backwards engineer it perfectly. And that's what a lot of this is going to be, that reverse engineering of things. Like, how do we get there? How do we get that number? The thing is to set the goal. We set it at 100,000 sales. Cool. Now we want to set it at, how do we get 100,000 in profit, right? Easy enough. I should be able to share this tab. Let's see, share this tab, share screen. Yes. And we are going to share a Chrome tab. That is our spreadsheet. There it is. And now let's see. Product pricing, product produce pricing. And I gotta make sure that there's nothing here that you can't see correctly. And then we're gonna go from there. Just so okay. Yep, this is it. This is a sample one, so we can use this one. I can add this one to the screen, and then we'll be good to go. So there, we're gonna add this to the screen. I will make everything bigger so you're able to see it, and then we're able to go from there. Okay, so on this, where is the, what is it? I want to zoom in. I guess the control, whatever. Is it control Z on this? How do I make this damn thing bigger for you guys to be able to see? I know on this screen, I can come back here and I can make this the full screen layout, and then I should still be good. All right. So we're going to use slates. Here's a 5x8 slate, 5x8 plaque. This is plaque, right? 5x8 plaque. All right, you should be able to see that in here. Now, if we come across our raw cost on it was $4.81. We got it free shipping, so there's nothing that. It costs us $0.25 to decorate. Package costs us 50 cents. We can do 150 of these an hour. Labor is $1.05. Defect rate, because I am not perfect, is 5%. So that means $0.25 for each one. Freight out is $7.99. So our total product cost is $6.85. The delivered cost is $14.84, and delivered cost means what it is to ship out. So we retail that at $19.99. Our profit is $13.14. So if we're able to backwards math this, because I want $100,000, right? And we're going to divide by $13.14. I need to sell 7,610 of these. So we divide that by the 50 weeks, and that's 152 a week. We divide that by the 5 days, and that's 30. That's 30 a day. 30 a day. So that's what you have to do, Brian. 30 a day, and you can grab that 100K in profit. Now that profit, because we can sell this at the 685, and all of the bills are paid. So that's the thing here when we're able to go through pricing and see stuff and to see where things are at with different costs, different things like that. What is it going to cost us? The best thing is, of course, the higher margins are going to get higher returns, right? That's the way that everything goes. If we're able to make more money off something, then we're able to make more profit. That's just how it works. We can make more profit off stuff, and when we can make more profit off stuff, then it is a lot more fun. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. What time do you wake up every day? I'm trying to change some stuff so I can have more free time. So my typical day, I get up between 5 and 6, and then I'm in the office between 6 and 7, and then now that it's going to start changing because school starts, but let's take the hour for lunch, and then I'm back in here. I'm usually done, 3 to 5, depending on it. So my basic day starts at between 6 and 7, and I'm done between 3 and 5. And I can be here as late as 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night. We do Tuesday with Todd. That puts us here till 6 o'clock or so. We've got Q&A with TNA on Wednesdays. We've got training. So a lot of it just really depends on that. But usually up at 5 for it. I was given a Caesar Weeder a few years ago at Dax, Kansas City. Sharp little sucker. I love mine. She did give it back. She did give it back. All right. What just happened to you? Just tell me, Vicky, what just happening? Amazing info. Thanks. Hey, I love to. If I drive 20 minutes to my local supply shop for my slate, do I have that driving time and mileage rate? So what I would do, Alan, is that's your labor. If it takes 20 minutes to get it, all right, 20 minutes to get that. What is your time? For me, that's $40. So that's $40 I have to add to it. That's just time alone. So is it worth it for me to do? Am I getting a bunch of stuff? Do I need it right then? Can I have it delivered? Like our local Wensco. If the order's over $100, they will deliver it the next day to me for $3. If I need something same day, I can drive over and pick it up, but it is about a 20-minute drive. So is it something that I need today, or can I wait till tomorrow? That's when you start thinking, because while you're doing that, is there other stuff you can be doing? Can you send somebody else to get it? There's a lot that goes into figuring out what pricing for it. Loss of profit. Loss of profit sucks, and profit is not a dirty word. I don't understand. I was talking to somebody, and this is no bullshit at all, and it boggled my mind, is they were on the wait list for the new Z06 Corvette. New Z06 Corvette, put the deposit down on it. It's like, I don't know, $8,000 deposit or whatever they put down on it. They got a call that said that they can be bumped up on the list, but they're selling over MSRP right now. Do you want to, somebody just give me some guesses. What do you think that this Chevy dealership is putting a premium on top of what the car already costs? So the car, I think, is about $100,000 is where it's at for. So there's a markup on it. And what do you think that markup is? Because it is it's crazy. I couldn't believe it. So like, hey, if you want this, we can do it. They don't even know what their allocation is yet, if they're going to get them in, when they're going to get them, how it is. But they've already having people pay extra. Oh, let's see. Evelyn, $20,000. Renee, $25,000. Jesus, $5,000. Let me just say this. So far, between the three of you, we can add your numbers together, and we're still not there yet. Oh, we can add Brian's to this too, and we're still not there yet either. So we're at 20, 45, 50. Curtis is closer at 80,000. It was $99,000. $99,000 is what they're charging people above invoice to get it. $99,000 to get the new Vet, and people are paying it. And that's the thing, Now, Chevy is not happy about this at all because they're not getting the money. The dealership's getting the money. The dealership's not doing anything. They're just supply and demand. Hey, people want it. They want to pay the extra for it. We're going to do it. And we've seen that happen over and over the last 2 years. Short supply, high demand, people buying it. I know a couple of dealerships when we've been looking at the Maverick, and it should be about $30,000. I know dealerships who are buying it, selling it to somebody, and then bringing it back in, buying it from them. So they're selling it to somebody in the company, and then they're turning on it's a $20,000 markup on a used car, $55,000 if I want to go get it. $55,000. That is not happening, folks. I'm not spending that on the truck. I'm not going to do it. But it's crazy. Yeah, it is $99,000 is what it is. it was just nuts. And I don't have a problem with somebody spending a lot on a car. I still have my deposit down for the Cybertruck if that ever comes out, whenever it is. I have that in there for it. There's nothing. Last time we looked at pricing, it was going to be about $97,000 for it. It was badass. But now, like, EVs come a long way for that same thing. I should just go get in a Hummer and have that and have way cooler. But that's just part of it. I look at, especially on the Teslas and the electric cars, if it has self-driving, that's where I'm sold at, because I hate driving, because I just feel unaccomplished. I'd rather fly places. 6 hours is my limit to drive. But if I can drive and I can work, now we're talking. Now that becomes a business expense. We put your logos on it. It's going to look badass anyway. But yeah, the buying over the premium price of it, and not when, and everything else is crazy price, but to know that that's going to cost way more than what I spent on my first house, that just drives me crazy on it. Never drive, just keep in the garage. All right, so we're totally like all over the place here, because we kind of skipped over. So one, we got to know our customers. We got to select the right product for it. 3, we got to know your numbers, right? You have to know your numbers, because if you are not pricing yourself for profit is not a dirty word, folks. It's not a dirty word. You don't go. Tell me what other places you go into and you're like, I'm not paying that, right? I know that this doesn't cost you this much to make. I know you don't make this. Hey, so what are you charging me? All you did was you just brought it in, and you're just charging me for that. Isn't that what every store is? No store makes their stuff. They all have somebody else make it for them, right? They're just the middleman. You go there to purchase from them. So why are you any different? You don't go in there to do it. You don't go into Penny's. Is Penny still around? What? I don't even know what's still around now. You can go to Walmart, right? Okay, everybody has Walmart. You don't go in there and be like, yeah, so I'm not down with paying that. You need to lower the price on that if you want me to buy it, and you need to do it now. No, you pay the price that's listed, and you move on. Then if you tried that, they'd look, what the hell? Get out of here. It's not Black Friday. You want a discount? You wait. So quit discounting yourself. Your knowledge, your value, everything you have is worth something. Stop undercutting yourself. Just to make, you're not even making a buck. I was going to say, just to make a buck, is it worth it? No, absolutely not. No way. You deserve to make a living wage. Here in Illinois, where we are 2 short years away from $15 an hour. $15 an hour is $30-some thousand a year. And, not too long ago, that was awesome. Like, minimum wage was like $8 an hour. So, you're doubling up. So it wasn't a bad gig at all. Now, whatever. Hey, we can go across the river, and I think it's still only like $7 over in Iowa. So, there's a hefty difference between the two. That stuff's got to cost somewhere, right? That's got to be accounted for. If you want to work for minimum wage here in Illinois, go work at McDonald's, where you can make $15 an hour, and you can get vacations, and you can get insurance, and you can get paid time off, and you can get meals. You can get all this stuff. But if you're charging yourself anywhere near minimum wage, why? Why are you doing that to yourself? You are better than that. You do not deserve that by any means. And that's where it comes down to. Not every customer is your customer. If they want to haggle you over price, send them out the door. They're not your customer. And this is why I said you got to know your numbers. Got to know your numbers, because you have to know what it's worth. Is it worth you doing a job on something? Can you take a price reduction on stuff? When we were looking at shirts, right? And on a basic shirt, that costs us here. We can look at it. Let's see. Yeah, let me pull that back up, because then we can go look at a shirt. And I can show this right there, remove ad, and we'll make this full screen again, because we can look and see. So your basic PC55, $279, right? $279, 10 cents freight in, because they didn't order enough of it. Decoration cost is going to be 35 cents. Packaging, there's no packaging with it. It's going to be a bulk. We can do 100 an hour. My labor and overhead on that is $1.26. My defect rate is 5%, which counts to 14 cents. Freight out for shipping one shirt is $4.99. So that total product cost is $4.64. If we're delivered cost is $9.63. What does this mean? This means that I can retail that shirt. Bills are paid. Everything's good to go. I could actually retail that shirt at $4.64 and not lose money. All my bills are paid. Payroll's paid. Everything is paid at $4.64. There's no profit in that. But at $6, and have $1.36 in profit. Doesn't sound huge, but you got to remember, we can do 100 an hour. So it's $136 an hour in profit. So this is where knowing your numbers comes in. So important, because what if I said, yeah, we can do that at $4. That's somebody else's. Yeah, we can do that. You're going to lose money on each and every one of them. So that's where it comes in, that you need to know what your numbers are, because if not, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good if you don't know what your numbers are. That's right. The price is the price. Absolutely, price is the price on it. Self-driving is crazy looking. Saw a guy reading the book, carded well. That's what I'm saying. Self-driving, if I can just have that, I would be set, ready to go. No problem at all. Look at the prices that things sell for during Black Friday, and they're still making money. Now think what they sell for the rest of it. Absolutely. There's money there. Now they may not be making as much, but they're still making something, right? I guarantee they're not losing money on that, because how many things have you noticed when they've had a Black Friday special on something and it was that price, and then you go later on that weekend and that Tupperware set is still sitting there, right? At that same cost. They're still making some money. I've not moved forward on the 5 keys because I got confused with the spreadsheet info I needed. Everything. You need everything. Put as much information as you can in there. Kristen, hello to you. Would it be bad to start over key 1? Absolutely not. Start at the beginning. Pick everything there. Go forward and move forward, but skip the spreadsheet for now. No, you need the spreadsheet. You need to know what it costs you to be in business. So without that spreadsheet, you can go through and you can put everything in there. That's what it's going to tell you what you need. That's going to tell you what it costs you to be in business per hour. So no, you cannot. You have to start on key 1. Do not pass go, collect $200, do anything else until you're done with that one on it. All right. So 4th thing, so we talked about, we got to know our customer, right? We've got to select the right product, right? We've got to know our numbers. What's it cost us to be in business? But how can we make, 100,000 sales, 100,000 profit? How can you make money with your heat press? I will give you 3 words on how you can make money with your heat press. Transfers, transfers, transfers. It's that simple. You don't need a cutter. You don't need a printer. You don't need a DTF printer. You don't need an eco-solvent printer. You don't need anything at all. You don't need it. You can get just by with just a press. Place a cell, cut vinyl. Done. You don't have to worry about it. Place a cell, pre-done numbers. Done. You're good to go with it. Place a cell, DTF transfers. Done. Place a cell, sublimation transfers. Done. Places sell patches. Places sell, what am I missing? The 3D emblems, the leatherettes, the places sell all of that stuff. So you don't have to buy it. You just got to be the salesperson, right? You don't need to grab every piece of equipment. Now, what pairs really well with a heat press is a vinyl cutter, 100%. They go together like peanut butter and jelly. You pick your flavor of jelly, but they go together really well. But is it an absolute must? No. You can just order transfers and be fine with it. Like I say, whether it's DTF transfers, sublimation transfers, you can order any of those with them. Rhinestone transfers, spangled transfers. What am I missing for transfers? You can get it all. You can order any of those and get by with just a heat press. With the plastic transfers, and you're able to just do 100 shirts and bang them out in an hour and make $163. Now, if your overhead isn't what mine is and your overhead is a lot less, you're making a lot more. But that way you're able to see where it is. So you don't need to do every job, or you don't need to have every piece of equipment to do the job. You're able just to go out and find the service that works for that and how you can make it work on your heat press. But that is what you can do. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can get custom designs for your own line. Absolutely. You don't have to do anything. And here's the thing is, when you do something like this, like Evelyn's talking about, there's a good chance that you can find somebody that will do the whole thing for you, that they will press, do everything for you, and they'll deliver you a finished product. So now you can just make money selling. You don't even need the press. There's a lot. You could do 100,000 in sales just with, I totally went blank there. I heard my kids screaming outside the window. It totally drew me blank. With just by subletting stuff out, by doing, why did the word has totally blown by me right now. What is I looking for when you have somebody else do subcontracting? By subbing the work out. Like this, having somebody else do the cups for you, and you add a dime or a nickel or 20 cents or $1, whatever it is, to that each one, and then you're able to make money doing it. Okay, you didn't have to touch it. You made money off of it. So you don't need those super high margins on it. You can take those little ones and still be able to do it. Still be able to bring in that money. Still be able to make it off of there. Because why? You made money, right? You didn't have to do anything with it. How do a small business compete with local t-shirt shops? I have someone wanting 50 shirts for a gift shop, but I'm just confused on how to price it. Angela, what's it cost you to make it? Right? Because that's where it really comes into. When it comes to us and we're looking at new customers and we're looking at people, we ask them, what's your budget and what's your timeline, right? What do they want to pay for a shirt and how soon do they need it? Can I get there in front of that? They said we do a lot of the 100 shirt orders, and because it's a quantity too. You know, at 50, hey, 50, well, what's the design like? What am I transferring? Where do they need to be at with it? You know, where are my margins? What do my numbers tell me I can sell it for and be profitable? That's where knowing your numbers is huge. You have to know what it costs you to be in business, to produce that, to be able to see if you can, one, sell it and sell it for a profit and not lose money on everyone. Print on demand. Absolutely. There are print on demand farms where you can just upload products and they'll do it. Whether that's sublimation stuff, so slates, coffee mugs, towels, beach blankets, everything sublimation, whether that's garments, they'll do all that. It's all just print on demand. You just become the salesman, and that's all you have to do. You make a little money off of it. I know tons of people that make a good money off of that. Someone here in town had a local print shop, printing thousands of stickers a month. He sold it online, but no equipment of his own. I still don't understand how he made a profit. But, well, if he bought something at $1 and he sold it for $2, that's how he made a profit. It's pretty simple there, Edward. I don't know what he was selling at or what he purchased them at, but like for us, if you're talking, you know, somebody gets thousands of stickers for us, and let's say, you know, it's a 2-inch by 2-inch square, right? Let's just go with that. 3-inch round. A 3-inch round is going to be, if they're getting, you know, 500 or more, they're basically 36 cents a piece. And I know we have one person that we're doing for, and they sell them for $1.50. So they're selling for $1.50. They pay 36 cents for it. They're making good money for each one. So a lot of it just depends on how, on what they're paying for it, and then how they get it from there. But that's how. Fulfillment. Yes, fulfillment. Just sell. Just sell. There we go. I know a guy with 5 salespeople with nothing in the house. In the last 3 years, I could probably name 5 print shops that sold all of their equipment and took there was, you know, they were 3 to 6 people shops and sold their equipment, turned those one into salespeople, and just get everything out. And it was great. It's like the stress level went so low. You know, granted, there's still times where issues might come up, but not paying for the maintenance, not having to pay for the overtime, not having to pay for the upkeep, not paying for the stress, all that. Yeah, there is tons and tons and tons of people that do that now. Just do sales, right? Which that brings us to our 5th one, right? So we got to know our customer. We got to select the right products to sell. We got to know what our numbers are, so that way we can price for profit. Transfers. Take that heat press, buy transfers. You can do that and make a ton off it. And then 5th is right here, marketing. What if you suck at sales? Get better, Craig. Get better, Craig. That's what you got to do. This is where it comes in. If you find your right people, and a lot of people, when they get started, there's things that they know, things that they like, things that they're involved in. So it's easy to talk to those same people because you have that common ground with it, right? You have that common existence, that thing that you can talk about. So it's easy. You're not trying to sell them something. You're solving a problem for them, right? They need shirts. Hey, I make shirts. I can help you out. Together, we can solve this problem. And that's what it is. You're going to be confident in yourself. You're going to knowing what your numbers are, knowing where everything is, knowing where you can sell stuff at, asking the right questions. Sales is something that does take work. It just doesn't come naturally to some people. And that's okay. I sucked at it. I still suck at it at times. There's things that just, you know, hey, it just happens, right? I don't win every job, and that's fine. You know, there's like today, I lost a job on, it was printed stuff for a golf outing. They just wanted to, you know, tease golf balls, things like that. He gave them a price, and they came back and said, hey, we decided they're a corporate, a franchise here of a larger conglomerate corporation, whatever. We gave them a price for it. Their corporate said that, hey, if they order through them, they can get them at about 20% cheaper. Okay. I'm not coming down on my price on it, but I was able to put it there. Now I know where they're at with stuff. So next time, hey, I can get it. And that's a lot of times when I've lost bids on it. Okay, why did we lose the bid on it? Oh, okay. Well, I found out with football why we lost the bid on it, because their banners were cheaper. And I said that would have been nice to know, because if that's all it was holding up the banners on a $14,000 order, I would have given you the damn banners. We picked up the slack on doing the names and numbers for them, and there's some other stuff that we're working out because they have gotten a raw deal on some of the back end stuff that was promised that's not being delivered. And so we said, we can still help you with this. And as I said, yeah, if we would have known it was banners, things like that. But I gave a range on stuff. They didn't have shirts picked out. They didn't know how many. They didn't have jerseys picked out. The only thing that they really knew was they were like, hey, we need banners this size. Boom, I can quote banners this size. This is where you're at for it. But jerseys, I'm going to give you a range. Helmets, I'm going to give you a range. Shirts, I'm going to give you a range. Until we can really pick stuff out, I can't get any better than that. And so, we didn't get it, but that's fine. We got a portion of it, and now we're getting other stuff from it. Sales is tough, but the market yourself. I mean, if you don't believe in yourself, right? If I don't believe that's awesome, like I loved how this turned out. But if this washes like crap, do you really think I'm going to sell it to people? No. But if it washes amazing, you damn right I'm going to sit there and tell everybody, hey, is it so hard for me maybe to run somebody's, because this will be the same print, whether it's this or DTF, and maybe I just run one off of this and be like, hey, this is what it looks like that way, just to put that other stuff out there. If this goes off well, you don't think I'm going to be including some glitter transfers in people's orders just for them to try out and see what they think of it? Damn right I'm going to. You got to ask for the sale. Earlier I said become the asshole. Same thing here. Ask for the sale. Two things are going to happen in a conversation. Either they are selling you on why they don't need something, or you are selling them on why they do. Just that simple. Somebody is closing a sale. It's either them or you. Who's it going to be? I hope most times it's me. There are times where I just let them go, but hey, most times it's me. I do my best out there, and I can put my best foot forward. And if you're going to go with somebody else on price alone, hey, that's fine by me. If I lose a job over pricing, I am 100% fine with that. Why? Because I know what the numbers are where I need to be at it. Now, when I find that they weren't too far off, 3 to 5%, hey, maybe I can adjust something and go from there. Is it worth me giving a second bid for? Is it something I can do? We just did a job for somebody a couple of weeks ago where they told us that we were more than the place that they'd previously used. And I said, yeah, but the place you previously used also took you weeks, if not months, to get your stuff, right? They're like, yeah. And I said, and you weren't happy with the quality, right? And they're like, yeah. I said, so you're going to pay more and you're going to get it faster and you're going to be happy with the quality. We're going to walk you through each step of the way. And they got their stuff before they expected it, delivered, went through it, happy as can be, and they're already planning the next order. So, you just got to value yourself, and we've told people we're not the cheapest. We know who the cheapest is in town. There's a lot of times that we might send them there and be like, that's what you're after, go here. I'm fine with that. I'm definitely not going to try to push stuff around over there. I just had $150 repairs to my paintball marker for 153-inch decals. See, that's the other thing too. The barter system is amazing. Like when you can trade stuff out, hey, I don't see any problem with that. And Brian, we know with decals, there's great money in it, right? And we can sell decals fairly inexpensively. They're good value leaders, and we can get them to people, and then they can make great money off of it. And I know a lot of people are like, man, why would I sell something to them for 50 cents knowing that they're going to turn around and sell it for $3? Why do you care? You sold it at your 50 cents, man. Like it made me money. The thing I'm worried about is if they're selling it at that, cool. Can they sell more if they were to lower price more than I can sell more? Hey, so there's things just to talk about on it. I almost wish all I had to do was order supplies, design, and make the product, and have someone else run anything else related to the business. There is a lot of people that's fine with that are fine with that, where they're just the creative one, right? They don't handle the business side. But that means you got to get your business to a point where you can bring somebody in to handle that side of it, where you can just be the creative one, just to decorate, just to order, just to do whatever. And then you have somebody else take care of that. More power to you. Am I to that point yet? No. I need about another 100 $100,000 before I can bring another person. Roughly, in all the businesses that I've ran, one person equaled $100,000 to $150,000 in revenue. So one person, everything I did, that's what they could produce. That's been about the average that in 20 years that I've been running businesses. That's about what it was. And so, if a place had 10 employees, they're $1 million company, 1 to 1.5, it was just kind of, you went with it. That's how the numbers played out. That's what they needed to be profitable for each one. That's where a lot of times on this equipment side of things, I had a conversation with somebody a few months back, and we were talking DTF printers, and that they said, I will not bring a piece of equipment into our business unless it can do $100,000 in sales off the bat. Right? I have to put a person there to run it. So now I have the employee that comes along with that. I have the taxes. I have everything else that comes along with it. So that if that business can't produce that, I don't want anything to do with it. I will farm it all out until it does. And then when I know that it's there, then I will go ahead and bring it in-house. But until then, there's no sense in doing it. And so for us, yeah, if I want to hire another person, I need to do about another $100,000 in sales, roughly, depending if I want them full-time or part-time, and how much I want them to do. A lot of it comes to scheduling, when I can do stuff, when I cannot do stuff, and moving from there. But to recap all of this, because we've got to know your customer, right? We have to select the right products. We have to know your numbers. We have to get transfers. Transfers will save you. You can do damn near any job in transfers. Damn near any job with transfers. And then marketing. Marketing is a tough one. You got to put a plan out there for it, right? You have to know what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, setting up for it. Like, we're getting ready to go into the fourth quarter. How many people are already working on stuff for Christmas? We already are. We're already getting everything in place for it. We've got a 12-week roadmap that we put together for it. Christmas is a huge time of the year for people. And usually by the second week, or by the second week of December, it starts fizzling out, unless you have a retail storefront. And the reason being is because stuff needs to ship out, stuff needs to go out from there. So you've got to put that stuff in there now. You have to be ready for it. You have to know for it. One of the things that, we do is we have our 12-week roadmap. Here's emails that are going out. Here's posts that are being made. Here's topics we're going to talk about. Here's things that we're able to do. So that way we have that all set, ready to go. It just makes it so much easier on it. And why? Because we need it. If we're not prepared for it, if you're not prepared, I guarantee you that one of your competitors is, right? Because we can't market our business on what has worked for someone else. It just doesn't work that way. Two different people, two different clientele, two different businesses. So what may work for them might not work for you. That's why people say Facebook ads don't work. That's why they say funnels don't work. That's why they say a lot of this stuff don't work. I tried Facebook ads once. I put $10 on it. I didn't get anything back in it. How many did you run? I just did the one. It didn't work. That's not how this works, man. You have to put some thought into this planning process. You have to put some stuff behind it. You have to do some testing. You have to do some research on it. You really have to know who your right customer is, so that make sure you are getting your message in front of that right customer. If you're not, it's like selling high heels to the lumberjack guy. He's not wearing those, right? Why would I put an ad in front of him? I don't want to do that, right? So marketing, not every business, is going to market the same way. You're going to find, is your people on TikTok? Are your people on LinkedIn? Are your people on Facebook? Are your people on Instagram? Are your people not even online? And I got to go out and do, door hangers and things like that. Where are your people? One of the things that I can say, and shameless plug, but I'm going to go ahead and do it, is we do have our 5 keys to marketing that's coming up in September. And what that's going to give is the same thing that we've used in our business. We've used it every year since, for the last 5 years now. But it's the 12-week roadmap and marketing plan with it. We're going to do that 5 nights in a row. It's going to start September 5th and go through the 9th. It's at 7 p.m. Central. If you've been in the past with us with 5 keys of marketing, where we had it over 5 weeks, just like that, only we have condensed that down into 5 nights. We're doing it 5 nights in a row. You're going to get a workbook. You're going to get the 12-week roadmap. There is ass ton, like a metric ass ton of good information in there to help you develop your killer marketing plan. It's one of these things where everything goes better with the plan, right? We know we want to do something, but we're not sure how to do it. Well, these are the things. You got to have these actionable things that you need to do. Each one of these is going to have so exercises that go along with it, so that way you can customize the plan to your business. Because like we said, all businesses are not the same. So what works for one may not work for the other. So there's going to be no more of that wasted time of what do I do here and go with this. No, you're going to get that 12-week roadmap. You're going to get the workbook. We're going to help you find your ideal customer. There's going to be some branding in it. We're going to have that planning. We're going to have the whole shebang in there. I'm pretty excited about it. It's something that I love doing, one, because it helps other businesses, but it helps other people grow too. So I'm going to post the link into it from here. You can go ahead, check that out. I'd love for you to come join us the 5th through the 9th. If you just head over to OurSuccessGroup.com/5keysmarketing. It's only $49 for the 5-week workshop, 5-day workshop. And we would love to have you over there. It's gonna be fun. I love that. I'm gonna keep it up here for it. That is true. I will give you that. Is there anything we should be expecting for them? Right there, Chuck. I think I just gave all the information for it. On Halloween now. Good. Yep, because we've got like one more thing of Halloween that's dropping this week, and then we're going straight into Christmas. Yeah, Christmas starts on all the DTF transfers next week. Jesus, 85% of the money that came to my store we make using transfers. Easy way to make money. Absolutely, right there. 85%, folks. 85% of the business transfers. You don't need all that other stuff. You can just get transfers and make money. You got a heat press, use it to its fullest, make that money with it. Will we get the workbook prior to that first session? I think you get it on the session on night 1. Yes, night 1 for sure. I'll get with Aaron to find out for it. Not until Saturday night when he gets all dressed up and go dancing. I still can't dance in heels. I have never been able to wear heels. I've tried, just haven't. I've never been good at it. It's not. My balance is not good for heels. But that's what we got. Hey, we did this. So those are 5 things. Five things that you got to know. To make that $100,000 in sales. Who your customers are, right? You got to select the right products. Transfers. I cannot stress that enough. Transfers. We can run through this and just be able to rock it out there for you. We have to know our numbers, right? We got to know what it costs you to be in business so you can make money. And then marketing. And marketing is something that we can help with come up here in September. So we'll talk more about that going into it. The rest of this week, we've got morning mindset tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Thursday, we have a bundle drop. I do not think there's going to be a Q&A with TNA tomorrow night. I'm still waiting for a response, but I do not believe there is one of those tomorrow night. But bundle drop, 2 p.m. Thursday. Join us. Brian's probably going to try and win. We'll see how he goes with that. This one is going to be Peace, Love, Halloween bundle. We got that, and then morning mindset again on Friday morning. Still up in the air on when our white toner is supposed to be here. It was supposed to be shipped out last week. Have not seen any tracking information on it. Tried sending a message today. Still waiting to hear back on that. But I'm sure we will have a good amount of testing done on these glitter transfers. So if everything holds through, this is what we're going to talk about next week. Glitter HTV transfer. Glitter DTF transfers, not glitter HTV. Right here. I have a friend that runs 400 online stores, 100% transfers. Hello? Do you get the magnitude of that? 400. Is it the friend that I think it is? Are they in Maryland? Are they in Maryland, Brian? Because they're if they're not, they are pretty damn close to a 7-figure business. I think the goal was 7 figures by the third quarter this year, if I remember correctly. But yeah, 400 online stores, 100% transfers. I'm telling you. This sales is not my strength, but having a guide is a must and learning about what works, priceless. Yeah, Edith, here's the thing is we'll walk through it. Now, I know a lot of people will say, here, buy this program, do this, do that. Listen, I'm not here to give you some bullshit, right? This is what I use in my business. This is the stuff that I use. It's worked for me. I went through, 15 years doing this. I tripped up a lot in the beginning. When I started, there wasn't a whole lot of people that would give you the time of day if you said that you had a heat press. That was just the facts. You were the screen printer or you were doing crappy transfers. That's what it was. Vinyl was still somewhat there, but there wasn't a lot of information. It was before Facebook, it was before groups, it was before all that. You're trying to find stuff on forums. The old t-shirt forum, found Josh from over at Stalls, and this was when Josh was just in sales over there, and he really leaned out hard. I'm like, dude, I could totally do this. Yeah, we have that because I started with the vinyl cutter because we were doing decals for cars and then grew into the heat press. And now it was the other way. But a lot of the stuff that came in, like when we took our business serious, Hattie just turned, she just turned 7. She just turned 7. So it's been about 6 years now that we've really taken it serious. Those first 2 years, 3 years, we dumped everything we had back into the business. I would work from 6, 7 in the morning to 4, 5 at my day job. It was usually, I got there a little before 7, got out of there at 4. But sometimes we were there early, sometimes we were there late. And then I was going to the second job. I was doing this. And I was, when we first started, I was working out of the house, and I was doing that from the time I got home until I went to bed. And then when we got the first storefront, it was that little 400 square foot shop, only open on Saturdays. I went there to do production because I didn't want to be tied to here. And then from there, when we moved to the mall location, 3,500 square feet, I would get off there and I would go there and I'd be there till midnight every night. And it got to a point where I was just burned out and I knew that something had to change. I tried to purchase the company that I had worked for and that didn't work out. So I knew I topped out to where it was. I'm like, well, if I'm looking for something to do, here's what it is. And we're going to put all our eggs in one basket and put it in it. So we invested everything we had back into the business leading up to that. New equipment, supplies, everything we could. We did not pull a penny from the business and put it all back into it. We dropped equipment wise, $50,000, $60,000 in equipment in those first couple of years between presses and cutters and printers and stuff that I didn't need that I thought I needed that I wasted money on and other stuff, build outs. Like that's what my biggest thing is when you're renting a location, you have to do a build out on it that costs you $15,000, $20,000 and it's not yours. That sucks. So buy a building so that way it becomes your asset and you're not improving somebody else's. But everything that we do in our business, this is the things that I've done. The pricing thing that we have here, if you become an OSG member, you can sign up for that. You can get that pricing calculator that's in there. We can walk you through step by step on how to figure out what it actually costs you to run your business per hour. And that's pulling in a paycheck for you because you deserve a paycheck for it. Then we can walk you through pricing because profit is not a dirty word, folks. Remember that. Profit is not a dirty word. You deserve to make profit. I don't see why people think they don't. But yes, there is a lot that we can do to help you get to where you need to go. And a lot of it's just reverse engineering those goals. Where do you want to be? What do you want to do? And how can we get you back through it? Pennsylvania. I thought it was Maryland. Maybe we're not talking about the same person. I don't know. Maybe we're not. She or he? We'll go with that one. Angela, I need 50 transfers. Great live. Thank you. You're welcome. Hey, in transfers right now, we're sitting, I'm selling every 5 to 7 business days. We're like 3 business days right now. 3 business days on DTF transfers. And this still allows me time for rush jobs that do come in because we are getting those pretty consistently now. But DTF transfers, we're getting those out in roughly 3 days. I mean, sometimes when you're somebody like Brian and you're like, hey, I need these 100 transfers. I'm like, cool, we can do that. And then you get a message that says, hey, I just got a shipping for something. I'm like, yeah, those are your transfers, buddy. We can squeeze jobs in, especially when things are and what they are. You're like, hey, you take care of me, we take care of you. And that's why I say you find your people that you work with. And that's the way the business works. I need to research transfers then because for some reason I'm at a loss in what it entails and how to market them, how to know what transfers to have in stock. Don't worry about it. Like Edward, for you. Like for you and transfers in your printer, this is how it worked for you. So you're in a custom personalization market where you are making gifts, right? So we've got your pet plaques. So what you would do is you're going to tell your customers that normal turnaround time is, let's say, 7 to 10 business days, okay? 7 to 10 business days on it. That means once a week, you're going to order all your transfers, so your sublimation transfers. You're going to use a vendor. You're going to submit your order. They're going to send you all the transfers that you need for the week, and then you're going to press them. You're going to use them, just like that. When it comes to like with us for DTF, right? Anybody that orders any of our bundles or any of our ready to press transfers, you're more than welcome to use the pictures on there for marketing. So we just released the breast cancer awareness bundle last Thursday, right? And with that, you know what? I'm gonna put a code. I'm gonna put that up here too. I'm gonna put it all out here, and we're gonna, so that way I gotta find it first. I gotta find it. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? I usually have the link pretty handy right there. I can't even type, so we're gonna bring that over here. But I'll post the link for that in ETF transfers, and then we're gonna go to our ready to press transfers, and I'm just gonna go right from that section. You can use any of the pictures that are in that's on our website to create interest, right? So if you go here and you say, you know, the breast cancer awareness ones, right? Cool. You're gonna pull a couple of those pictures, hey, you know, and you're gonna market those and show those off. And then when you sell orders, then you're gonna order transfers, you're gonna press the shirts, and you're gonna run do it. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Thanks. This is what we do. We do this every Tuesday with Todd, every Tuesday, 5 p.m. Central. We cover the gamut there, whether it's pressing stuff, trying out new products. You know, things that we've tried, things that have worked and things that haven't worked. I like to say that, you know, I like to break it so you don't have to. You know, whether it's sublimation, HTV, DTF. I have a laser that will get hooked up this year, and we will do laser projects on that. But, you know, we've been in this long enough to see a lot of hardships and a lot of trial and error. And I like that. I like that part of it. What can we do to help others? And if we can help people learn, it's even better, because, you know, if I give you a fish, you get a meal. If I teach you to fish, then you get to sit there and be pissed off because they're not biting until you catch one. It's how it works for me for fishing. Yeah, you do take care. Chuck, thanks. I really appreciate that, Chuck. I do. I try and take care of our customers. We try and really have a good time there. All right. You guys have a great night. We went a little long tonight, but hopefully we got all the information. Hopefully you realize that with just a heat press, some transfers, you need 100,000 in sales. Even on the garbage end of it, that's still going to get you like 30,000 in revenue, right? It's going to put 30,000 in the plus to you in your pocket. You can't wear heels and can't type. Good thing you do great live. I can I have sausage fingers that are not good at typing, heels and that, but that's the thing. I need open toe heels if I'm going to do it, because then you wouldn't be able to see my toes anyway. I do try and take care of you. Thank you, Brian. You're very welcome, Edith. And if you guys ever have any questions, you know, just go ahead, shoot us an email, shoot us online. You can find us online. We're everywhere. Fat Dad CD right there. You can go over to our link tree and find that. Said we're live every morning too, where we're setting our goals. Brian's drinking Mountain Dew at like 8:30 in the morning. I'm usually having water. Tomorrow I think I might do something crazy and have something else to tune in for that. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Thursdays are bundle release. Tuesdays with Todd every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central. You guys have an amazing night. Peace, love, press on. We will see you guys next time. Tomorrow morning. Thanks for showing up tonight. If you like this, remember, like, subscribe, share. See you guys again. See ya.